So, hello, all of you. Um, they're interested in working as virtual assistants. We call ourselves VAs from Brazil. Quite original, but we are here in this meeting today. And who is watching the recordings to understand a little bit more of what VA work entails so you can sort of get the feeling if this is for you, this is not for you. Okay, that is my point with this meeting. I do have a task at the end of the meeting, and we are all having a task after every meeting. So this is our first meeting. If you choose to keep going with us, we will meet every Saturday from 11 a.m. to 12:30 to study and develop skills as a VA and also the vocabulary, business vocabulary. Eventually delegating some tasks and absorbing new clients. Okay, so you have a contract inside this group. If you haven't checked that yet, read the contract, sign it if it makes sense to you. You can private message me if you have any questions or doubts or concerns. I'll answer them all when I have the time. Okay. Inside the group, also, you have a folder you can upload your signed contract, and you have the tutorial for that shows you how to sign digitally your contract. All right, let's get started then. Let me share my screen to open my mind map. Uh, only I only want to share one window. Wait. Okay. Can you see this screen right here? This mind map? Oh, I think I'm sharing the. Wait. Let me see if I can do the same thing I was doing with the other one. Stop. Go back. Um, okay, I think now. Okay. No, it's not sharing. Can you tell me in this chat? You can talk. No, not sharing. Oh, okay. Weird. Okay, I'm gonna try the other way around. I don't know if it's the internet connection, but probably not. What? This is that time when you say, "Oh, I'm having tech problems." Nothing yet. Only my face.
Yeah. About the contract you talked about, where is it? I can't find anything on the group, on the Telegram group, actually.
Oh, I think I it's the first message. It's the
It doesn't show
fake
anything
message.
before I got in.
Oh, wait, maybe I need to set some things here. It was supposed to show it all.
Yeah, it just
I'm
showed the
gonna
date I
copy.
got in and the people that got after me. So I have no
Okay,
idea
let me
where
do
to
it
go.
again.
Okay,
Okay,
thank you.
you're welcome. Let me try to share a different way. Okay, you can tell me if you can see when you can see my mind map. Actually, I think I can jump in and see over here. Oh, wow. Not yet, right? Why is taking? Oh, okay. Now you can see. All right. So I did this mind map to illustrate um, the basics of virtual assistants, of what you need to know for now. So, what is virtual assistants? Let's start here on this branch. Ooh. So, what do we do as virtual assistants in general? We help remotely with managing things and operations, so the clients have free time to sell and to leave more. So we have two types of clients. We have individuals and we have businesses, right? We tend uh, to navigate here with businesses, right? Or corporate individuals. They usually the ones that have more need of virtual assistants. So with individuals, what we do is we tend to manage their contacts. So you can imagine yourselves um, working in your computer. So you have your schedule, you have maybe even content you like to sort through, informations you need to place in spreadsheets. So this sort of work also has its place. Managing contact lists and data entry generally is considered like data entry. You're going to sort through information and organize it for the client. So individuals need that, busy individuals, and individuals, business men and women, they usually need that kind of work as well. Besides doing data entry, which is putting the information in the right places. You also can um, organize presentations and create the presentations, create the graphics. So find images, videos, templates for the presentations, organize documents, spreadsheets for meetings, for your clients' meetings, um, update information in their apps. So, for example, let's say an individual is a business person that needs a personal assistant to organize his travel arrangements, for example. So he will tell you if he uses organizing tool, a management software, for example, like Trello. I don't know if you're familiar with Trello. Asana, I think is the way we pronounce Asana, and we have others. So he will tell you if he uses one of those. You can ask also, because he probably puts all the information in one place or notes on his cell phone, and ask you to take that information and um, put it in a spreadsheet or update his social media with it, or whatever the case, depending on what he does. It's pretty general. the individual VA work. It's sort of what the person needs is pretty personalized. This type of virtual assistants. Okay. This is something that comes in pretty frequently, even though the person already has a business and processes, he can place you like with businesses. This is really common ground. They needing to delegate some other stuff of their lives, like maybe um market, I don't know, to do their listings, to do research, to find a product or something like that, something personal. When it comes to working with businesses, they probably have processes, okay? So that's why we usually center around business, because the your client will be someone that owns a business or is starting a business. So if you understand the business language, if you understand that he's going after more clients to um, bring in more revenue to his business, and you understand the industry he's at, right? Let's say he works with pharmaceutical companies, or he works in real estate, he works with consulting or coaching. If you understand the industry and how it works, it will be easier for him to hire you, because he'll be able to communicate a lot faster and get things done faster, because you understand what he does. It's not going to take you too long to get it, or to understand why um, he picks this type of software or another. And also, if you already have experience with all the software he uses, better. So with businesses, you organize. So let's say you start working with a client that is starting a business from scratch. Okay, he has a product or he's developing a product. You will help organize and understand the process, even though that client, I'm talking about a starting business, but it can be a business that is already established. Is established business, they're being business, for example, for 10 years, for 15 years now, but they do still need to sharpen that process to make it more efficient. So that's when a VA really helps as well to get clarity, because a VA works with operational stuff, remember again, and management stuff. What that means in real life is you will be doing the tasks assigned in a standardized operational procedure, or you will be helping to create a standardized operational procedure. This is fancy words for saying step by step to do something. So if you have a client that has a YouTube channel, you have a standardized operational procedure for editing videos, the step by step for editing videos for that client. If you have a client that has customer that sells a course online, you have a standardized operational procedures to attend, to approach the students and to answer the questions. So you will be helping with your hands on it, answering questions, for example, in this example, and with the process as well, saying, okay, I think this way of answering and sending this message first, and the second one, we could change that. We can do it differently. I think we can follow up with the student to check how he is developing, instead of weekly, monthly, to this specific topic. So a VA is like a hands-on the client's processes. So that's why we do it like the operational, but we also help manage, because we are in the day-to-day of the business. Okay. So we help the client have more clarity on that. um, questions we usually make it are, why do you do that? How do you do that? So if the client comes to you and says, okay, I need someone to research pharmaceutical companies so I can reach out to them, and then he only says that, you need to ask questions like, okay, what's on your mind, why you want to do that in a specific, why are you looking to do, you want to partner up for an event, you want to do market research with them, what do you want to do? So we need to have a general sense, and as if the client is really clear on his goal, it's the best thing because he'll be able to provide you with the specifics of what he wants, so you can come up with ideas, and it makes your job a lot easier looking for, right, researching. So for example, this client in real estate, she asked me to research some laundry machines, and then I spent, I don't know, like more than an hour, and I came up with some options for her. And then she said, oh no, I forgot to tell you that I rather you look for something that is not brand new. And then she said, oh, and I have, yeah, and my budget, I forgot to tell you my budget. So every time we are doing something new with the client, a new task we never done before, even though we have a general idea of what that is, if we start asking questions first, sometimes that happen, we forget to ask questions, we will make our jobs a lot easier. Sometimes it's not like that. For in this example, I was doing something completely different and she asked me to do research on laundries. And we learn by doing it as well. So learning how to ask questions is super important. How do you do that step by step is another question we can pose if the client already has something in place. So let's imagine here that your client with the business has a sales funnel. Okay, this is business terminology we need to get familiar with. So the client has a sales funnel, which means uh, it's a stage, is actually uh, like you sifting through people that are interested in your business, and then at the end of the funnel you convert them, you sell to them, or you the sales funnel might not be like a product at the end, but something you want, like a call to action, a CTA you want the client to do. So let's imagine your client has a sales funnel online. Okay, he has a landing page. A landing page is where you put all the information of the product or of the event you want people to attend. And then his process is this: he has this landing page, and then people can book a call with him. And in that call, he briefs the person, he does the briefing, which is the process of briefing is exactly asking questions and understanding the other side. So he does a briefing, and if he understands that his product is a fit to the person, he then does an offer and convert that person. Converting is selling, okay? Or is making them buy your idea, your event, your product. So he converts the person, and this is his process. If you don't ask, what is your step by step? What happens with most of us in communication is that we assume that the other person is on the same ground as you are. We assume that the other has the same information or background, and it's really common. So we need to ask, okay, how do you do that? What is your step by step? What is your process? So I can fit in, so I can go and learn your process, do your process, and then I can give you feedback on what I think would make it more efficient. So that's why we as VAs, we are learning the client's process, and uh, and giving them feedback on what is working, what could be better, what could be improved. Uh, we have those ways of also growing inside a business. Okay, so VA in general is the front line of remote work. Okay, gonna repeat. VA work, virtual assistants work, is the front line of remote work. Starting as a VA, you can specialize in several different professions, online professions, okay? Like social media manager, um, the guy who does ads that I forgot now, copywriting, property manager. So the person that take cares of short term and long term rentals. That's one of the things I'm starting doing as a VA. I'm understanding more of the real estate market, and that's probably what we'll delve deep be, after we go through those general skills and learn, right? And kind of do an assessment on our own skills, what we have, what is easier for us to do. Then I'll jump into real estate. Is something I'm tending towards to specialize. Okay, but we will have opportunities coming our way in different directions when we start as VAs. That's what I want to say to you. So the clients that come, people that start to approach me, they have different demands because of that. Because virtual assistance work is the front line of all those specializations. So let me jump to the demand here. Let me close this one. And you understand why the demand is high for a VA, since we are the jump start of businesses. It's because, first, when you are starting a business or you have established business, you're always looking to reduce your costs, makes sense, okay? And to increase your value in the market. The price that people pay for your product, or bringing more value and scale to reach out to more people, to new markets, and to decrease your costs. Okay, makes perfect sense. So hiring a virtual assistant does it for them because they save money. They hire someone or that has a general skill set, or who has some previous experience with a type of process in their industry. Okay, so let's say property management. I have properties in Airbnb. I just purchased, so I don't know, like five properties. And then I need someone to set those properties in Airbnb, and booking.com, verbal, rent a room, and others. And I need someone that can check, that can manage my software, my property management software, which is a software that syncs all the properties, syncs all the messages in a single inbox, that sends payments and collects payments. So I need someone to take care of that. Would you agree that if I was talking to someone that wants to assist me, because virtual assistance is mainly assist you in the ways that I can, and I come with that demand, that specific demand, that I need someone to take care of those apps and manage my properties in this way, with this specific process that the real estate industry is familiar. And I was talking to one of you, and one of you said, "Oh, I've managed properties using Guesty hosts before." and I was talking to another. I was interviewing people. That's what I need to. That's what I want to say. I was interviewing people. One of you had previous experience managing properties and with the processes in that industry, and the other one has never done that before. Would you agree with me that I would tend towards the person that has had that experience? Yes, I would do that. So what we need to do when we are getting started at doing something new is first we assess our abilities, what I can do, what I can do for someone else in terms of virtual assistants. I want to get out of this our meeting thinking about this. I'm going to present to you some of the tasks we perform, general tasks, but having this notion that depending on the business that you're most familiar with. I said real estate, but we have like health industry, we have coaches and consultants, we have executives, we have a whole range of people. We even have elderly people that are like virtually impaired. They have extreme difficulty managing apps, navigating. This is also a branch. This is also people you can assist. Just for you to amplify that notion of virtual assistance, okay? So you are assisting someone with the skills you have. You know how to create a mail account. You know how to set up a Google schedule. Um, you know how to create a website. So we are assisting someone. So that's it. That is why is like the door for everything you could imagine of work and opportunity, starting as a virtual assistant. And if you already have like a desire to be around people of a certain industry, besides aiding them, assisting them with what you got right now, you will start to take a look and to better understand how their day to day is, what are they dealing with, what is the vocab, okay, what are the processes, what are the softwares, how how do they manage their business, and then you will start developing the skills to assist them. All right. Another way you can do when you start your VA work, your VA journey, working as a VA, is besides choosing a specific industry to work with, as can be like health industry, real estate, something else you like to do, language, right? You can help teachers, you can help elderly people. Besides for picking from topics and subjects, you can start tilting towards the skill itself. Okay, I'm going to give you an example. We have Ale that was in our group when we first started our meetings. I think it was like 2 months ago, and she really enjoys editing videos. So she edits videos from a variety of subjects, a variety of channels, and she started to specify and work with YouTube channels. So she has a niche, YouTube channels, but she works with a variety of subjects. And the tipping point for her was to understand that the skill she wants to delve deeper in to increase her value is video editing. So she only works with video editing. If I have some client that needs a bunch of video editing, I know, okay, Ali works with video editing. I'm going to delegate to her. She will take the client for video editing. So she niche down to a specific skill. You can niche down to a specific skill and industry. Okay. Um, so VA, someone would hire a VA. Let's go to the other because I kind of diverged, but okay. Why would someone hire a VA? Let's go back to this. Now that you got what you can do in terms of VA work, How can you navigate understanding that is the front of one like work is where you can jump in anytime because it does not require lots of specializations to start. First, save money. Okay, you can be with the company for long years if you want to. You can have the opportunity working in English to go to the US. I was already invited for my clients invited me to stay at their place, to go there. Even said they could provide work for me if I wanted, that I will be a hit in the US. So they save money. And in our case, speaking English and performing and assisting in English is a great win-win situation, right? So save money, have access to a multi-skilled individual. So we have lots of skills, right? Millennials have lots of skills. Gen Z as well, because Gen Z was born like knowing how to navigate, know better than us, and this in their cell phone to fill gaps. So that business that is growing needs people to work, but they don't know exactly the function. Do you get it? The structure of a business. They don't have like, okay, I need someone in the financials. I need someone to be the client success to help clients go through my product and have successes and have results. I need someone to sell for me. So they have this whole departments when they're starting and they're growing, they're not organized. They communicate between between themselves, and it's like us, our own lives. If you start to take a look at your own life, you see that everything communicates. So you need someone to fill in gaps. Okay, I need someone to take charge and to take track of all my expenses. I need someone to take track of my bank account. I need someone to see if I need to purchase something um, that is missing. So they need to fill those gaps, and a virtual assistant can do it all. That is why many of them go to a virtual assistant first because they don't have a clue or an idea if the amount of work in a specific area is enough to hire someone else. Make sense? I don't know if the amount of work the amount of accounting work I have right now is enough to hire someone. Again, thinking on costs versus benefits. I don't know if it's enough to hire someone. So, and my business can take hiring someone to that function right now. So I'll hire a VA to take charge and fill in the gaps. Also, another thing is avoid paying employee benefits. So they look at for virtual assistants that are self-employed, which means they have businesses. I put here I placed established businesses, but actually is business. First, you need to have a business, right? You need to have um, a regular business. It doesn't need to be established because established, we say someone that has been in business for a while, but at least you need to have to be in business and not looking for a job, a job. So they avoid paying employee benefits. Um, you take charge of your own hours. You depending with whom you're working, if your clients if your client has, of course, a different schedule, he has meetings at the same hour, or you answering messages, for example, in a property management platform, your hours are going to be like over the place, but you're able to manage from your cell phone. Okay, many of our tasks can be managed using this. You can be in the street and just and download the app your client uses. For example, I have here Guesty for Host, which is a property management app. I have Tenant Cloud, which is uh, another property management app. One is for short term, like Airbnb, and the other one is for tenants, which means um, people that rent a place for living for a longer time, let's say a year, 2 3 years. So you can manage your job your tasks as a VA, a self-employed VA, independent contractor they call in the US. You can manage using this, your cell phone. Okay, so you take charge of your hours, um, and that's a benefit for you. What else? Why would they hire a VA? Well, besides the business, imagine the business growing and then you have to fill in the gaps. But also, what happens is that person might be overwhelmed. They might have like 3 kids to take care of, and then their in-law is got sick, and then she has a volunteer project, a 9 to 5 job, and a business. Okay, so she's overwhelmed, or he's overwhelmed with workload, and doesn't know um, what is going to delegate. What should I delegate? How should I delegate? But I do know I need someone. I need an assistant. So they go to a virtual assistant. I don't know what I need to do, but I know I need to do something. Help me, please. And then that's where I jump in, actually, too. I try to understand what's going on in that person's life and try to get to a common ground of what she wants, what that person feels comfortable delegating first. Because sometimes you don't want to delegate it all. You don't trust that person yet. You don't trust that VA yet. So let's come up with a plan here of our first tasks, so we can start working together and see our pace and how we go along with each other, if we like working together. So that's another reason why someone would want to hire a VA. And that ends demands. You can take notes, okay? And if you're watching the recording, you can also take notes and then ask questions in the group, in the Telegram group. Okay, what else? Besides doing your business, besides working for your client or clients, you also have back office work. But first, how many clients can I manage? How many do you think? How many clients can you manage as a VA, as a virtual assistant?
How many the person gets?
Yeah, you would think so. But I've been asking this question too. How many clients is enough? How many clients should I have without being overwhelmed myself? So I have my answer. You will have yours, but it's exactly this. How many can you handle? So when you're starting with virtual assistants, you need to understand that you are getting in touch, I mean, on a regular basis with another human being, okay? So you'll be assisting that other human being. Uh, you need to, until you get the grasp, until you figure it out how you work together, might take a while. And also keep in mind that working as a virtual assistant, you can go to 2 places. The first one is working with as a freelancer, okay? So you can take like small projects, let's say translation, okay? So the client has a book, some 10 articles he needs translate, and then you can take that project as a freelance. That is called freelancing, by the way. Freelancing is this. So you take that project and you finish. You agreed upon a value. Let's say, I don't know, I'm going to pay you $300 for you to finish this. And then you can negotiate and, and you deliver, get paid, and that's it. You can work as a freelancer. I think that way of working until you are established as a freelancer, oh boy, takes a toll on us because it's really tiring. You need to be prospecting all the time. You need to be going to places like Workana, Fiverr, which are platforms for freelancers, until you get the work going that you're doing that kind of work and getting recommendations. So it takes a while. As VAs, of course, it takes a while too, but there is a but. Um, Let me go up. I'll open this brain chapter. That is a but. If you're working as a VA, you're looking for a more stable thing. So you're not looking for short-term projects. You're looking for someone that um, can have you on an ongoing basis, someone that can pay you on a ongoing basis, that you can tag along with whatever they're doing. That's the idea of being a virtual assistant is having something more stable. So with that in mind, would you rather have 10 10 chances as a freelancer, like doing gigs, or having a steady client, someone you can count on month to month to month to month? I will go this way, but you have to assess yourself. I will go this way because I want to have room for more opportunities, the network of the client. Two, growing with the client, I can be put in places that I like to be. I can perform other functions and even get called to do something different. As a freelancer, I will probably hustle more. I've been a freelancer before. I've done online courses as a freelancer, translation, articles, and other things. But working as a VA for 1 year now is steadier. So I've been with the clients now, one with for 5 months, the other one is gonna turn 1 year now. But I started with the first one as a freelancer because they wanted to test me. So I got the process of becoming a VA. The process is they test us with tasks. That's why I started I started doing the same. I did the same with Nicholas. I said, okay, they don't know us. We're far away from them. All they know about Brazil maybe is soccer and Pelé, samba. Not really great references. So let's do the way I did it. Let's give them, if they are not, if they are, they're still pondering, should I hire a VA from Brazil or not? If they're still pondering, I offer them like a week or two of free work, so they get the sense and they get the feeling, oh, I can trust this person. If not, if they're already, I want to hire, okay, then you make a proposition where you start working and they start paying, right? So we have these two types of clients, but the idea is always here in the VA for Brazil, okay, for you to get a grasp of it. The idea here is long term. So clients that are coming in, they want someone long term. If it's short, we will say, no, I'm not gonna talk to them. I'm not gonna tell them. Of course I'm gonna tell you, but my idea of prospecting is long term, okay? Clients that want someone for 1 to 5 to 10 years to be with them. That is my idea. So with that in mind, How many clients do you think you could handle? So I placed here my general sense, okay? Of course, you can, if you are familiar with virtual work and the amount of hours is not too exhausting, you can have more than three. But I would suggest two, three tops for getting started because you probably along the way, after some time working with them, you will get a sense of, I love working with this client and his business. I want to grow in this business. They gave me opportunity to do so. I can become a manager of this business. I can become the COO, the chief of operations of this business, and you might have that chance to do that. I may work, I may move to the US if I like. They gave me a position that. So that's why I say VA is the front line for you to do amazing things. You start here. So that's why two or three, because one of the three or two of them, uh, after you start growing with them, you have opportunities, okay, to do like Ale is self-employed, Alessandra, video editing. But let's assume you're doing something like that for the businesses, and you say, oh, I really like video editing. I want to manage video editors for this business. Depending on the business, um, if it starts to grow, they will have more than four video editors. And you say, okay, I was doing video editing for them. Now I want to take charge. I want to manage their video editors, and they will give you that chance if you want to. So that's why I would say two, three tops. Okay. If it's a match, then wonderful. So you can even start thinking about um, those possibilities. Freelancer work. The other route for someone that is already financially stable, that has um, a job, for example, okay, is doing freelance to explore. So you'll be able to explore with projects. What do you like to do most? Oh, I like translation. Oh, I like video editing. Oh, I like social media maintenance. I like graphics. I like doing graphics for social media. I like doing graphics for presentations for prospect clients. I like customer relationship. I like talking to people. I like um, yeah, I like answering messages. I like creating templates, message templates to send. I like copywriting. I like creating sales letters. I like to do this. So with freelancer work or like property management, wow, I really do enjoy scheduling cleaners, checking maintenance requests from tenants, from guests. I like setting things up. I like reading contracts, checking if everything is signed. I like this kind of work. So as a freelancer, you can take small projects or fill in small gaps, like occasional small gaps, like high season. Everything's booking. We need more people in the ground, like temporary work to test if you like that. If you have a more stable, if you're more stable financially, great. It's a great way to start as a freelancer. If, on the other hand, you're thinking about something more stable, okay, VA from Brazil is a great place. We will have some freelancing gigs coming in for sure, but my focus is long term. My focus is that client that will give a steady income for you guys so you can explore what you want to do with life, or you can explore your own business. Makes sense? So if you are an English teacher, if you want to be an engineer, you can do VA work, and you can start developing yourself as an engineer until you have like the necessary fuel, yeah, to let go of VA work, and recommend someone else in your place if you don't want to be in that business anymore, and go do your thing. That is the deal. So virtual assistants is the front line for opportunities. That's what this is. Okay, what you're gonna do with it depends on you. Alrighty. Next question, important question when it comes to client is who can pay me? That was a question I posed myself frequently when I was working at with social media management because I had therapists and coaches as clients. And what happened was they could pay me for 3 months, but then after that, everything just fall apart because they didn't have the budget to pay me monthly. So this is quite important to think about. Who can pay me? At VA from Brazil, we are aiming to foreigners. We're aiming to business in the US specifically, although sometimes it comes from other places like the UK. Um, and that one from the UK is still trying to fit the pieces together because he was on the phase of his life. Well, okay, I'm diverging again, but okay, mainly US. So for VA from Brazil, our target audience is US. So businesses in US, small businesses, and I'm going to get more specific as I specify as a specialize it in real estate. So will be landlords, people that own homes, landlords, lenders, people that um, give money to other people to buy things, brokers, corretores. So this will be the audience, okay? US for V8 from Brazil. But it's important to think who can pay me? Who has a steady business and has a budget probably will be able to keep you for longer, okay? And if it's someone abroad, the amount of money, they can pay, their budget can be reasonable, even if they have like I have 250 per month, $300 per month. For them, it's pocket money, depending on the business. But for us, it's not so pocket money. It's 1,000 and something. So uh, to think about who can pay us, it's really, really, really important. Take this for your life, to your other businesses and your other endeavors. Another question after you ask yourself, who can pay me so I can have a living, so I can save money, so I can grow as a person? Where do I find those people? Who can introduce me to them? So the purpose of you from Brazil is to being that bridge for me to start networking more, introduce you to other people, but you yourselves are going to do that. You can do that. You can start mingling, you can start attending to online events in English, to networking events. We have meetup.com, for example, which is a free platform. You can subscribe. I don't think you need to subscribe actually to attend, but you can register for all sorts of events, real estate, yoga, everything you can imagine. Okay. And some of those events have networking in it. So virtual networking. To think about where to find those people and who can introduce me to them is really important. I would say that who can introduce you is more important because if you have someone out there or here with whatever you're doing in life that can be the bridge to the network, to their network, sweet. Uh, all right. What else when it comes to the back office work? Back office work, guys, is nothing less than you doing the work that is not involved directly with your client. So it's things you need to do because you need to do because you're in business. You need to keep track of your hours as a virtual assistant. Why is that? Because in the industry, we got, oh my God, is it really 12? Okay. So in the industry, in the virtual assistants industry, it got established that a VA works per hour. Okay. So we have an hourly rate, which means probably when you meet someone and you say, I'm a virtual assistant, I do virtual assistance work, they will ask you, what's your hourly rate? Which means, how much do you charge per hour? Okay. And we will find all sorts of hourly rates ranging from $3 an hour to $70 an hour. And you can imagine that someone that is more experienced charges more. Also, someone that is performing a specific task, like quite a specific, like web designing, will charge more. All right. But they will ask you, what's your hourly rate? And if you're freaking out, I don't know what should be my hourly rate. I'm going to give you a parameter. Um, Philippines VAs usually charge $4 per hour or $7 per hour. Most experienced ones charge $10 per hour, which means it's the competition. Because in Brazil, for example, I established that for us VAs from Brazil, um, the minimum hourly rate will be $10 per hour. Okay. So I actually start negotiating with $15 an hour. Not only because of my commission, so you don't earn like really low payment, don't have a low payment, but also um, because I think we could do better, you know? I think we could do better. Not saying that Philippine VAs are bad, not that, but I don't want to set the bar too low, you know? I want to set the bar at least on the average, so we don't pay to work, and so it's a good cost benefit, since you could be doing VA work in Portuguese, and you might actually, because of connections, I do have connections here in Brazil already established. you you do have opportunities here, but if you speak another language, right, you invested in it, you learned a language, you might even work with the language, or and I think you should be rewarded for that. So that's why I don't want to set the bar too low. I want to increase, actually. All right. What else of back office work? Sending invoices to get paid. And I haven't put another branch here, but invoices are faturas, let's say that this way. So they do need us to send an invoice, which is send information for payment and the description of the service if necessary, if they ask. But you can put like 30 hours of VA work, 30 hours per week of VA work, or the amount of hours, depending on the client. He will want a description. What have you done? Um, so he can keep track, but we will need to send invoices, so then um, so they can organize themselves in terms of taxes. All right. What else of back office, back office, taking care of legal aspects. So as self-employed, as an independent contractor that is not an employee, you will need to have a legal structure. Okay, in Brazil, May, to get started. After you earn more, at this stage, I think is 81,000 reais per year. If you earn more than that, you need to change the legal structure to microempresa. So for now, you can register as May via yeah, and via website. You need to pay monthly the ISC and early declaration. Also, if you are serving uma PJ, we call PJ, right? If you are serving a legal entity, there they say legal entity, and you're not placing your client's name. So let's say I can be performing a task for someone out there that has a business, but I'm performing a task per individual, as he's declaring me as an individual that he hired, not for the business. It's not from the business. So it depends on these gimmicks. If you are performing a task for an entity, a legal entity in Brazil, you will need with a May. Okay, let me clear. I'm not a. I've done. I am a. I was previously a law student, but I don't work as a lawyer, so we will need to delve deeper into this. And if you have any questions, ask a lawyer, an accountant. This is just general things I know. If you're working for a legal entity, then you will need to emit a fiscal note, not a fiscal. All right. But after being a May, with a May, you don't need an accountant. Okay. After that, the accountant can take charge of that. And to emit a fiscal note, you will need a digital certificate, which is pretty simple as well. You can schedule um, an online Zoom meeting and they can set you up. All right, what else? Keeping track of clients' logins and passwords. So this is one that is sometimes a heartache because you need to keep track in a spreadsheet, in a Word document, um, of your clients' logins and passwords. But sometimes what happens is we have a two-factor verification. So with lots of these apps for security reasons, you have to have a cell phone. And it's mostly connected with a cell phone in the US, your client's cell phone, okay? So sometimes you will log off and you need the code. That happens all the time. That's why it's important to start building a good relationship with your client, because you're going to be in touch sometimes every day, sometimes um, twice a week, depends on what you're doing. Something else of back office, managing your own social media and your own connections. What that means is, if you want to take this serious and you want to start growing and increasing your value as a VA, earning more or specializing in some area, you need to start showing people your skills, your movement. And the way we usually do that is, first you need to talk to people, right? They need to know what you're doing. Otherwise, no can do. So you need to talk to people. People need to know what you're up to, what you're doing, what kind of skills you are developing, what you're working with, so they can help you. You can help them, of course. And in social media, you can do that. You can do it private and using your social media to promote your work, to show people what you're doing, and um, increasing awareness about your work and your authority, and building your online authority. And at least back office work, develop skills, which is what we're doing here. Developing skills to increase our earning potential and offer more competitive packages. So if you do research on the industry you want to work, if you do some research in the processes other businesses similar to your client are utilizing, you be really valuable, and you will increase your value and contribution, right? So this is Another thing also is developing your skills, taking side projects, or just practicing by yourself, depending on the skill, like writing, like speaking, right? Like going to a business class, like going to a network meeting, like being here. So this is back office work as well. All right. So now we have 10 minutes. You can ask me questions. We can chat a little bit. But this is what I have for you today. And next Saturday, we'll keep going with whoever is interested in learning skills. We will start studying general skills, okay, as VAs. I'll probably uh, live stream, not live streams, not a live stream. I'll probably stream an online course that I have so we can start developing skills, lead generation, calendar, but that will depend where we will start will depend on you, okay? Because like it's really general. We have social media management, but I need to have clear vision of your skills right now. So what I wanted to do to bring me to the next our next meeting that will be about lead generation. Okay, next Saturday we will see lead generation, the basics of lead generation, and I want you to bring me your own research. I haven't put here, but do your own research on what kind of work a VA can perform. Where are the highly paid skills right now? And apart from that, you're doing the research and you're assessing yourself, okay? So you're doing the research and you're checking, okay, what a virtual assistant can do. Oh, interesting. How am I on that? From 0 to 10, how am I on creating email accounts? How am I in organizing files? How am I in property management? How am I in artificial intelligence? How am I in content creation? So do the research and a self-assessment. So you come in the next meeting with a sense of, okay, I can tell others, I can tell Aline and the others from the group what I think I'm good at doing, what I think I'm able to do, and what I need to improve. Okay, because next Saturday we will study lead generation, but from then on, moving forward, I want us to be able to go to explore the weaknesses to improve where you need improvement, or maybe even to to improve a skill you already have that is a highly paid skill. You got it? Okay. So you do the research looking for what kind of VA or what kind of work can a VA do? What are the highly paid skills of a VA? And you will grade yourself from 0 to 10. Where are you? Where are my weaknesses, my strengths? And you come with a sentence or more than a sentence, a paragraph. And I'll ask each one of you, okay, in the next, I will start like that. I will ask each one of you, okay, what do you think you're good at doing? What do you think you need to improve? What do you think you're good at doing? What do you think you need to improve? All right. The same thing for English. Okay, English vocab. So my English is good. I'm fluent. All right. I need to improve. Come with need to improve in mind, okay? Because we always need to improve something. I need to improve my English business vocabulary, or I would like to work in this industry, Aline, engineering industry, in real estate. I need to improve this because we'll be accountability group as well, okay? And the points that we connect, that we converge of things we need to improve, we will approach every Saturday. The other ones, you're gonna have have it written down, and you're gonna say, "This week I did something to cover this area." Okay, for us, so we can have that accountability here, which will be great. Okay, I'm going to go back to you now and see if you have any questions. We have 5 minutes. I want to respect your time. So if you have something to do at after this meeting, feel free to jump off and ask me questions later. But if you have time, you have 10 minutes or more, you can be here and we can chat a bit. Okay. I'm going to I will stop this recording. If you're watching the recording, you can ask me questions. You can ask questions in the group or privately using Telegram, okay? All right, let me go back. Where do I stop?
So about